just put an arrow into a nice meat doe. It was a beautiful shot. I'm using my recurve bow, my Damon Howitt bow from Alone. This is pretty much a best case scenario. I'm gonna keep following down this trail right here. Well, guys, it was just a beautiful morning and a wonderful hunt. It's no trophy buck, but it's meat for my freezer, and that's what's most important. I've been out this fall 3 or 4 times, a couple of mornings, couple of evens for a little bit, and I haven't really seen anything good. I've been waiting so that I could kind of kill that nice buck first. You kind of wait, and you don't want to bloody up the woods before that good buck comes through. This is the coolest thing. Look at this little hickory nut that he stuffed in this hole to save for later. How cute is that? But, there comes a time when you're like, forget that, I gotta just kill a meat deer, so today was that time. Now, as far as meat deer, I like bucks better than does. And that's one of the reasons I like to kill bucks. I'm not just a trophy hunter. I like the meat better. A lot of people are like, just kill a nice, fat, juicy doe, it'll be more tender, it'll be more delicious. In my experience, I've never found that to be true. There's that old buck occasionally that's all made out of barbed wire and hard to chew. But other than that, I have found bucks that I've killed to be sometimes more tender, but at least as tender. And I like the flavor better, and the meat's bigger, and there's just a lot of reasons why I like to eat bucks instead. And I like the does to be out there making babies. That's what I like the most. So this was about killing the first meat deer, though, that came through, and I need to put it in my freezer. My family's hungry, meat's expensive. I get out here, and it's just so calm. Just the faintest breath of breeze, which is good for hunting. It's frosty, so that the deer will be moving good because it's a cool enough temperature. And it just turned out to be so gorgeous. The squirrels were hopping around so happily, except for this guy. He's using his alarm tail because I was filming him with my phone, and he got suspicious. He wasn't sure what I was. But I kind of communicated to him that I wasn't interested in him, and then he climbed down and went about his day. And it was just really nice. The morning sounds, the textures and colors, all the things I love so much. It's starting to yellow out in the leaves, and the fall sunlight is that same color, and it's just so much happiness wrapped up in that for me. And then that first deer started to come in, and it's just a gorgeous view as it works in towards me. I had a good minute and a half before it got into position, which is rare. You don't have a lot of hands to film. You got to really focus. You got to draw that bow. But as this deer came in, I had a good warning, a good minute and a half probably. And just the steam was blowing out of its nose. Each breath it made, 2 puffs of steam would glow in that sunlight. It got really close. Let's say 20 feet, I think, is where I took the shot. And man, I just took a minute before I even drew my bow just to appreciate that view and that animal, and I thanked God for it. And then it was in position, and I drew my bow. It was a good shot. I know the deer didn't go far, and the woods has been quiet. I thought I might stay and hunt a while longer. Maybe a buck would come through or something, but now there's a couple of does over here downwind from me, and they're smelling me, blowing. So I think it's probably done for the morning. I'll probably climb down and go track down and collect this deer. It wouldn't have gone far. I'm going to mention real quick that I couldn't film the shot on the deer because I only have my phone and none of those little hangers or clips to put it in that can hold it there while I shoot. So I had to put my phone down while I took the shot. And I know that's what everybody wants to see, is the shot on a deer. I would contend that that's not the most important thing to view from a hunt. There's a lot more to be learned. There's a lot more to be felt than just that shot moment, that shot moment, you want to see how the arrow's placed, and everybody wants to see that, but look, appreciate the rest of it more than just the shot. There's a lot of videos of just arrow kills and bullet kills and all this, and to me, it can be a little bit like unhealthy to just be viewing all too much of that, because there's a lot more to an animal and to a hunt than just a kill moment, even though that moment is a good thing, So anyways, as you're tracking a deer, it doesn't matter if you've seen where the deer went. You want to get on the first blood and take a good look at it. Now, I've got a big spray of blood on this area right here, and this is just 2 jumps away from where the deer stood when the arrow hit it. That means there was a pressure release of that blood. It means it really hit the cardiovascular system. Of course, I saw the arrow go through its lungs, but I want to go through this, and you want to learn every single thing you can. What's important about this is the color and the texture of the blood. The color being nice and light colored, almost pinkish, means that it's lung blood, and the frothy, oxygenated, bubbly kind of texture means that it's definitely lung blood. It was mixed with oxygen as it was pumped out, so that frothiness means that it's good lung blood. And the amount of it that we're seeing means that this is one of those best case scenario situations that I talked about in my YouTube videos about the moose hunt on alone, where the animal doesn't really feel any pain at all. It just gets lightheaded and passes out, and then it dies while it's passed out because of how quickly it's losing blood. So this is pretty much a best case scenario. I'm going to keep following down this trail right here. Alright, good. This is perfect. This is really perfect because my arrow is whole. Alright, I just saw it laying on the blood trail here. When the deer ran off, about this much of the arrow was still inside the deer and that much sticking out. So I hoped it'd come out like this and remain whole. I hate it when my arrows break. Now this is one of my alone arrows. This arrow was with me in the Arctic and probably was never shot. There's one of my arrowheads, my broadheads on there. Now this broadhead did not go on alone with me. I just put this on here. Anyhow, I'll clean this arrow up and it'll be as good as new. Oh yeah, thank God for that. I love it when the arrow stays in good shape. That arrow will kill another one. One thing about deer blood trails, tracking down deer, is that you can tell a lot about how they're hit and how quickly they'll die by how they act as they move as you follow the blood trail. All right, so back here we have a hillside, kind of a steep hill dropping down, and this deer wanted to come up over the steep part of the hill and cross to get down in that other gully. So the reason they want to do that is they like to cross high ground. They're not necessarily looking to get on high ground, but they like to cross high ground, and that puts a hill between them and the predator. And that means with a hill between you, the predator can't see or hear which route the deer take. It'll help them escape. But this deer wanted to go up high, and right here at this bush, I see blood on this bush, this is where it couldn't go up high and turned to go down low. And that tells you if a deer wants to go high and it can't, and it turns and goes down low, that tells you that it's a good sign. It's a good sign. So the blood trail goes straight down the hill, and I'm just going to walk down there, and I assume that the deer will be 20 yards down there in the brush. And it is. There it is right there. Right down here, fetched up against a tree. Oh, yeah. That's a good fat meat doe. There's the arrow right there. Right there. That's the best case scenario. Right behind the shoulder. No meat ruined. I thank God every time first. Thank you, Lord, for this beautiful animal. I sure do value it. That's a good clean kill. That's a good clean kill right there. if I could encourage everybody to do one thing today, it's to take those moments to absorb what we're experiencing and appreciate it and be grateful, even thank God for it. You know, it's so easy for those moments, for us to just live through moments thinking about other things and miss them. And I don't want to miss much of my life, you know. If you're out hunting this morning, like me, just appreciate all that beauty. We're really lucky. There's a beautiful world that we live in. Just appreciate all that beauty. If you're about to kill an animal, appreciate that animal before you even kill it. You know, just appreciate what that animal is. If you're stuck at home on this Saturday morning, maybe the kids are screaming at you, pulling on your arms and legs, trying to get you out of bed. You know, that's your moment that you're going to appreciate calling to you right there. Those kids may be noisy, they may be aggravating you, they may even be fighting each other because they have energy that they don't know what to do with. They want to be doing something. You know, these moments are approaching. Lead those kids outdoors and lead them into a situation where they're being happy and cohesive. And when that takes place, stop and look at them. Just look at them until your eyes are full. And appreciate it until your heart is just full of gratitude for what they are, the creatures that they are. And then we'll live those moments that way, guys. We'll live all those moments in our lives. It'll be wonderful. So I want to encourage you guys about that today, to do that. You know, just be present. Find a beautiful moment and dwell there until it fills up your soul a little bit. So speaking of which, I'm going to go get my two boys and bring them out here so they can help me skin and process this deer. They really like that, and it'll help them be constructive. They might be at home right now trying to get their mama out of bed so that they can do stuff or whatever, and she's tired. She has a new little one. So I'm going to go get my boys and bring them out here and then really enjoy the moments in the life of this deer with my two little boys, and it'll be awesome.
I need you to move. Alright. Hey, Dad, can I do this part? Can I cut right here?
You can, but look, you have to pull this out
Oh.
so that it shows you that stuff that's easy to cut.
Okay.
You can do that down through there.
Hey, Dad, what can I start doing now? On this part, I have to, pull really hard. Oh, I accidentally cut.
Hold it up as good as you can. I'm going to do this.
Butt cheek?
Nope.
Can I put it down? And flip it over. I mean, Actually, there's still some in there I can get. Oh, is that the shoulder?
Yep, scapula.
Scapula. When you're doing this, could it dull your knife?
I stay away from the bone. I don't cut the bone. A real myasnik doesn't cut the bone.
What's a myasnik?
Butcher. That's the Russian word. A real myasnik can move his knife fast, never touch the bone. I did do it.
I'll be putting towards you.
We're far enough apart that we're safe. We can put one piece of meat from one to the other.
Oh, yeah.
Ellie, you ready for a good piece of meat?
Yeah. I'm L, not E, Dad.
Now, don't burn it like a hot dog. Slow cook it. Yeah, about like up here. About like up here would be good.
That's cool. Deer legs. Ooh, mine is sizzling good. I get a cushion. This piece done.
Keep poking.